The self-assessment of the Kenya Kwanza government on the progress of the affordable housing program has been met with criticism, especially from the Architect Alliance, which says the government seems to be lauding the housing scheme as an employment scheme when not a single house has been handed over since 2022. Experts say Kenya Kwanza needs to go back to the drawing board if they are to achieve their lofty ambitions. The Kenya Kwanza government says it began the affordable housing in earnest in this financial year of 2024-2025.
We did not have a levy. Now we have the levy. We had litigation in the beginning of the year. That is the first year, 2022, 2023. The year we could actually say that we took off in earnest is 24 now to 24, 25. But of course, you also know that it was quite a heavy year in terms of Kenya's democratic space, and therefore there were also other types of interruptions.
However, members of the Architect Alliance, through its interim president and former Senator Sylvia Kasanga, feel whatever progress the government has made so far, it's just not good enough. For them and many Kenyans, the Kenya Kwanza version of affordable and social housing sidelined key institutions in the process.
What's the score? In a scale of 1 to 10? Oh, maybe 3? Yeah, maybe 3. You see, the National Housing Corporation has been working. Now they are sidelined. So that everything is now settled at the ministry, and it's the ministry that decides which project is starting, which project is going where, which contractor. We know it's very wrongly conceptualized. And we dare say, we smell rats in this whole thing. We smell a rat. It doesn't look good, and in this country we know where corruption resides.
The affordable housing has a board that handles the 1.5% of salary contributions by employed Kenyans. According to the cabinet secretary, this amounts to about 6 billion shillings collected every month, which the government is yet to fully utilize because of the capacity living avenue of corruption.
From the money they have collected in the housing fund, the statistics have shown that they have not absorbed even a quarter of it, and in fact some of it they are now reinvesting it elsewhere. I don't know with whose permission.
I would be releasing 4,888 by end of March. 4,800, and every quarter I'll possibly be releasing between maybe 4,000 and 5,000 every quarter.
Their targets are far behind. If I'm to go by the statistics of some of the documents that we've been looking at, of course the government has not hit their target. Building 5,000 homes is not a walk in the park. In fact, very few Kenyan contractors have that capacity, unless you're going to import Chinese to come here.
The Kenya Kwanza government has a contracted construction company, China Energy, to provide social housing and meets its ambitious target.
Is government doing competing with the private sector? Again, if they want to expand the job space and expand home ownership, make mortgages more affordable, bring concessions to developers so that they can use their own plots of land to build affordable homes that Kenyans now can buy freely. We create the demand and supply economics which work everywhere else in the world.
But it solves for us an even bigger problem. You know, this housing plan is not so much about the houses. No, this affordable housing plan is more about the jobs for young people than the houses. And our plan, and I'm very happy that you people can see through it, our plan is to employ at least 1 million young people like yourselves with skills, with competencies, plumbers, electricians, masons, carpenters, the whole of that space. That is our plan. And you see, we live in a very interesting country. How can anybody be opposed to that kind of a plan? Surely. Muniambie tu kweli. I mean, surely. How can anybody be opposed to that kind of a plan? And all we have said is, for those of us like me standing here, For those of us who are paid by the people of Kenya through their taxes, all we are asking is 1.5% of what I get, so that we can create 1 million jobs for young people of the Republic of Kenya. Niwaulize jameni, is that too much to ask?
Away from that, Kenya marked the World Kidney Day with a focus on raising awareness about kidney health and the critical need for kidney transplants. The event has sparkled calls for faster progress on the finalization of the Kenya Transplant Service Bill, which would pave the way for the commencement of kidney transplant using deceased donor organs. This comes as the country health authorities were commended for their continued efforts, particularly in improving post-operative care for kidney transplant patients.
If policy inaction is not reversed now, chronic kidney disease will be the 5th leading cause of years of life lost in 2040. We are encouraged to lead a healthy lifestyle, access to clean water, exercise, and healthy diet.
The moment that I was diagnosed with kidney disease and I was put on dialysis, having to come for dialysis treatment twice weekly and also balancing between my studies and my health, that was really quite a challenge for me.
The number of people on regular hemodialysis has increased more than tenfold, from 300 to more than 7,000 presently. This is largely attributable to the important role that SHIV and SHA is playing in reimbursing the costs of dialysis.